Welcome everyone to Winter's Sins Patch Notes, and boy, is it a special one deep down in my heart. If you couldn't already tell, this update holds a special place in my chest cavity, and that's because the Marines are here. They've always been here, but now they're actually here. So I'm super excited, and we're gonna go through the patch notes. So V3, obviously. Oh man, I'm just so excited. I already see the water. We gotta read. Attention squaddies, tomorrow we are releasing V3. Woo! While there are dozens, more than one, of improvements, fixes, other changes, V3 most infinite editions, the American Marine Forces faction. Better capitalize that M. New amphibious gameplay, new Black Coast map, and we've made a whole lot of other changes which are listed below. Squad V3 released Wednesday, June 22nd at 1900 UTC, which, now we're on my watch. I think that's noon. All right, let's get into it. Amphibious gameplay and water interaction. Summary: join the Marine Forces in the amphibious assault ships off the coast. So, we will see if it's listed, but there actually is a ship, a carrier, that we do assault off of. Hopefully it'll be pictured. If not, I'll throw up a picture here. Leverage the unique capabilities of your vehicles and factions. Asymmetry to pull off tactical maneuvers. List of vehicles with new amphibious capabilities: AAVP, AAVC, Lab 25, ASLAV, which is not new, a BMP-1. Oh, these are the amphibious capable vehicles. Okay. ASLAV, BMP-1, BMP-2, BTR-80, BTR-82, BRDM Scout, MTLB. In addition to these fully amphibious machines, many military vehicles are capable of fording bodies of water up to a certain depth. Ooh, that's interesting. Other less rugged vehicles will slow down to a crawl and be flooded. So, keyword there, flooded. There's actually a new, flooding mechanic in the game. Is there recovery? No. No recovery. I want to get into these vehicles more, but I think they're going to add we'll talk about them further down. Features fully modeled waves, buoyancy, water drag physics for vehicles. It's excellent. It's amazing. The waves, there's different versions of waves. There's heavy waves, there's weak waves, there's still water. So that's going to be super exciting. Waves become more gentle in inland waters, of course. Soldier water interaction has been reworked. So deep water, reduced movement speed, scaling by immersion depth. Trying to move in deep water depletes stamina, scaling by immersion depth. Soldier will try to raise their weapons above their head when passing chest deep water. Of course, don't want to get mud in your weapon system unless you're Russian, then specifically put mud in your weapon system. Drowning damage has been reworked and rebalanced. So yeah, crossing deep water, it is survivable. There is no swimming. That's gonna be upsetting to a lot of people, but you gotta imagine when you're wearing this much gear, plus, no, there ain't no swimming. There ain't no technique in the actual Marine Corps. When you're swimming, when you have to disembark a vehicle into deep water, the first thing they teach you is drop your gear. Drop your gear because your life is more important and worth more. Added amphibious invasion layers where capturing the first flag provides a shoreside spawn point for non-amphibious vehicles. This is awesome. So imagine you're doing an amphibious assault onto a beach, you capture that beachhead, and now you own that beachhead, and now you have a way to actually move supplies without using the water. So that's super exciting. I'm glad they added that feature. Added an icon to detone amphibious capability in the driver's HUD and map vehicle list. Animate vehicles wake plates when entering and exiting water. So there is a new icon on the map that tells you when you're in deep water. I believe it's a little propeller icon you guys will see. And animated vehicle wake plates when entering and exiting water. That's the plate that's in front of the vehicle. So if we look at this vehicle here, that I don't believe has it. But also, this looks like not a Marine vehicle. I don't recognize that tire there, and there's no wake plate. I wonder if this is the... Interesting. This camo doesn't look marine either. This almost looks Canadian. That be a leak? Could this be the coyote? Moving on. Summary of American Marine Forces factions, iconic weapons, equipment, and tactics. Oh, great. It includes the tactics. You don't even have to make your own. It's just included. Adds blue for amphibious capability. Newly modified weapons. M4 or M16A4 full length. M27 IAR with SDO. M38 DMR. M249 SAW with SDO. M240 MGO. I love the MGO. Such a nice optic. M16A4 with 203 underbarrel. Small, heavy anti-tank launcher. That is exciting. So that's the weapon that is, it has the spotting rifle to it. I believe it was in PR and it was in Call of Duty, or no, it was in Battlefield 3 or 4. The OKC 3S knife, that's your bayonet. That's what it should be. Shared existing weapons with U.S. Army. So these are the weapons that the Marine faction has that's shared with the U.S. Army, not the new ones. So the M4, of course, the M136 medium anti-tank launcher. That's your AT4, I believe. M72H7 anti-tank launcher. I believe that's your Law. M9, of course. M67 frag, of course. No new special frags for Marines. And M18 smoke, of course. Kit rolls, rifleman, 3 variants. Is it going to talk about the variants? No, it's not. Okay. Might be getting into spoiler territory, so I'm gonna stay away from a little bit of this. Corpsman, instead of a medic, you have a Corpsman. Obviously scoped and unscoped. Squad leader variant, 3 variants. I don't think I can talk about this, so I don't know if I want to risk it. There's been a question in the community about a certain weapon system. I would not worry if that weapon system will be on that kit. That is all I'll say about that. Try not to step on any toes. Light anti-tank, heavy anti-tank, 2 variants. Of course, you got your scopes and unscopes. Grenadier, marksman, machine gunner, combat engineer. Nothing too special there. Yes, baby. Let's get into the ribs and all the vehicles. So our ribs. That's your inflatable boats. That's your watercraft. So you have a transport variant, which is no supplies, no gun. Logistics variant. Logistics. 240 variant with a 240 Bravo, and a M2 variant with the M2 on it. So the thing to note about these vehicles when you guys are playing in game is the actual gun in front doesn't have a full 360 degree traverse. So keep that in mind when you're playing. They're super light, they're cheap, they're fast, but they are definitely an exposed target. M1151 light armored car. So this is your Humvees. Your M111s are your slope back Humvees. So the Humvees are making a return, an official return. So just give it up for the Humvees. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Good job. Good job, OWI. Open top M2 variant, open door M2 variant. So you'll see like just a quick maneuverable little Jeep variant of it, and a remote weapon system M2. Nothing out of the ordinary that you haven't seen before. Well, I guess for most of you, you haven't seen it. We have our Atv Armored Car. So MAT-Vs, they're coming back. They're coming to the USMC as well. Open top variant, remote weapon system variant, and the tow variant. You have seen those before. AAVP. All right, so during the CPT, some of you guys may know I was a little sassy, okay, when it came to naming. There wasn't another variant of the LAVP, okay? So there was no reason to call it an AAVP. There's no other variant besides AAVP, but now there is. So saying AAV, that's perfectly okay. But adding the P or the C, that definitely helps us out. So the P variant is the APC variant. That's gonna have, and I don't actually see it listed here, so I guess a little surprise here. And I did specifically have verification that I can say this. But AAVP, the armaments, you ready for this? 50 cal. And the Mark 19. Yup, that's right. A fully automatic grenade launcher is in the game. And you know what? I would say it feels overpowered, but the AAVPs just draw so much attention. You know, they're massive targets. They're slow, but from the front armor, they can take some shots. The AAVC, Amphibious Armored Logistics. This is especially exciting to me. This is relatively new. The AAVC is the logistics variant. It can drop radios and it can carry supplies. So it's the first armored logistics vehicle in the game that can carry build. Super exciting for me. This is going to change up tactics a lot for USMC, and it's going to be exciting. I'm excited. I'm very excited. Can you tell? Lab 25A2 Amphibious Armored Reconnaissance Vehicle. I hate to say it, it's very much like the ASLAV. The differences here, and that you'll actually notice, is it does have a crows on top, as well as, well, you know, its Bushmaster and amphibious fording capabilities. I swear that's Canadian. That has to be Canadian. I think that's special. Armor reconnaissance vehicle. It's cool. It's great. It's you know, it's basically, I'd compare it to a BTR in terms of its firepower and its mobility and its speed. Its engine is in the front, so you do have the striker issue. You know, the BTRs are going to aim for that engine block, and the strikers obviously are going to aim, or the labs are going to aim for the turret of the BTR. But it's a relatively closer matchup on that vehicle, so it's exciting. Another big question: will Marines get tanks? So as you guys know, with all Marine factions, or all factions within the game, they kind of pick and choose, and they cherry pick which equipment would be unique to that, I guess, that era of the Army or Marines, or whichever faction is coming out. So they don't do the newest and best gear, and they don't update to the newest and best gear. And this is case in point here. Marines don't have tanks anymore, if you didn't know, in real life, but they do here. We have the M1A1 main battle tank. I believe the difference between this one is that the Crow's turret is, I believe it is stabilized, and I do believe that there is a 240 gunner on top. Could be wrong. UH-1Y transport helicopter. Now, kind of a disappointment. I think you guys will agree with me. I was excited for a Chinook of some sort, but that's a big aircraft, and there's always a chance they could add it later. Absolutely. So the UH-1Y Venom, I believe that's a Venom, could be wrong. The unique thing about this helicopter, and it's probably not going to be listed here, is that the co-pilot position actually has a remote camera. So to all the people that fly around in a helicopter and spot tanks, this is the way. This is the way now. Absolutely. Map layers. Updated many map layers to include USMC. Note for server owners: Black Coast, point of interest subpen. This flag location is currently only exists on AAS1. Let's see, for performance reasons. Oh, that's a shame. They weren't able to get the performance better on subpen. Well, definitely check out subpen on Black Coast. We'll see if they give us an image on Black Coast. If not, I'll join my Discord. I'll screenshot for you. I'll screenshot subpen. It's really hard to miss, but it's going to be exciting. Keep in mind, players will have much worse client performance. Subpen will be receiving updates and be working on the future when it could be added more players. Let's just take a break real quick and congratulate OWI for releasing Australia and then USMC. Honestly, I was a naysayer. I was like, they're not going to come out with it until September or maybe the end of the year. And that's not because I saw the progress and I was like, oh, hey, you know, it needs a lot of work. It's just, that's what I thought their cadence was. But this cadence is much more faster in terms of release. So, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I'm not going to name all these maps. You guys can see them there. Pause the video if you need it. I mean, I'm sure you guys can read or find the notes yourself. Especially exciting is I see a Basra invasion. Fucking awesome. Goose Bay. We see a Kohat, which is interesting. A Lashkar, a Mudaha, a Narva, Samaria, Talil, Iho, and a Fallujah. Of course, there's Fallujah. Oh, there it is. All right, getting ahead of myself. Mutaha RAS V3 was updated with GB replacing Australia. Interesting. Updated main menu entry map to now feature the USS Essex Wasp class LHD. So it is there. You guys will see it. It is a LHD. What is it? Light helicopter deck. It's a type of deployment ship that can open up its bay doors and release it. It's cool. You guys will figure it out. You'll see it. But new main menu. Cool. We won't have to see whatchamacallit anymore. The what is it? The MEA, and the body's just laying all over the place. Very cinematic, but that's not me. Updated Discord rich presence. Config for USMC faction. I believe that's your interaction with Discord, showing that you're playing USMC faction. I think, could be wrong. New CAF vehicles. Added the CAF Coyote Armored Reconnaissance vehicle and added the CAF CH-147 transport helicopter. Awesome. So CH-147, if you guys don't know, that's essentially the Super Huey. It's the UH-1Z or UH-1Y. It's the Huey for Canada. The CAF Coyote Armored Reconnaissance vehicle, that's the Lab 25. Will it be amphib? I don't know. I believe when I was speaking with a few other people, as well as the dev itself, I believe this is the only variant that is amphib. In which case, that would make this list of amphibious vehicles wrong. But I could be wrong as well. All right, now to the juicy part. We're only halfway through. This is a big boy update. System and gameplay updates. Add a new map showcasing amphibious capabilities. Black Coast, of course. Excellent map. Shout out to Tim for that. Added a new amphibious focused training map featuring the USS Exodus Pacific Proving Grounds. So now if you guys want to test out any of the updates, any of the sweet new vehicles, now instead of going to Jensen's range, there's Pacific Proving Ground, where you can do all the amphib, see the new vehicles, weapons, all that good shit. Added nicknames on the US M1A2 and USMC M1A1 tank barrels. All right, this is a feature that I was actually excited for quite a while. I can't tell you how many names there are, but I think it's like 30 plus. And so just for an example of what I mean, I'm gonna post a picture up above. It's essentially, they put a name on the tank barrel, and there's some Easter eggs and some people within the community that'll be added there as well, so look out for that. There's no way to change it. They spawn with that name, but it's cool. It's exciting. That's an awesome feature. I love that. Now for a kind of a hidden, not a hidden thing, but I was kind of hinting at this on my stream. I didn't really hint at it. I just mentioned something would be interesting, and I wasn't sure they were going to add it here. Added character interactions with mud, snow, dirt, and water. These materials will now accumulate on characters' uniforms. So what that means is you're crawling in the mud, you're going to be covered in mud. You're crawling in the snow, you're going to be covered in snow. Is this the new meta, to cover yourself in camouflage? That's not for me to decide. I mean, I want to keep my stuff fresh. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get it dirty, but now you have the option to do that. So that's super exciting. Water as well. And it does work where if you are standing in waist height water, the water will go up to your waist and not to your top. So it's not like touch water, boom, you're all wet. You're only half wet. That's half better. Update the trading range menu to include links to Jensen's range for all factions. Training layers. Interesting. So I wonder if USMC will be here as well. Update the infantry weapon hip fire recoil visual animation to appear more intense. Interesting. That's an interesting one. Updated the repair station unbuilt and mid-built level states to have more accurate visual footprint and reduce vertical profile. So essentially what this is, you know when you're building a repair station, you got some blueberries nearby and they're digging and they get stuck in the generator? Yeah, it's got a little fence post so they don't get stuck in the generator anymore. That doesn't mean they won't get stuck. It just means they have an easier time figuring out where not to get stuck. Update the ticket legend. The generic vehicle ticket amount have been removed. Exact ticket values for vehicles are now displayed in the vehicle card list. Awesome. So now we're going to see exactly what those vehicles are, what they cost. Deep breath, winter. Updated MEA Ural for 4320 and those vehicles. Gearbox configuration. I don't know what this is. I would assume that there's going to be more gears, so I don't know if this is going to affect gameplay, but we'll see. I'm still going to flip them. Updated game flow when entering active vehicles while reloading your weapon. If you enter a vehicle during reload animation before finishing the reload will be canceled. Okay, that's nice. Adjusted splash damage intensity on vehicle explosions. Vehicle explosions are now less deadly to infantry. That's kind of a disappointment to me, but I understand it. I don't think I need to rehash it, but I'm gonna anyways. Vehicle explosions will not hurt you or damage you as far as they did before. Before, they were kind of like a nuke, and it was a guaranteed kill to anyone around it. Now it's kind of like less. I wasn't able to test that, so that's new to me, but exciting. Adjusted the Australian M1A1 Commander M2 to now use turret stabilization. Oh my god! Yes! This is excellent. The M1A2 was just, or the M1A1 for the Australian faction was just rough without that turret stabilization. Now we have that. Excellent. That's very awesome. Very quality of life. Adjusted the rearm cost for various GPMG's weapons on multiple vehicle turrets. The rearm cost should be reduced in some cases drastically. Vehicles affected. I'll pause the video if you want to read that down there. I'm just going to quickly read, see if there's anything crazy. Oh, wow. Okay, so the 432 remote weapon system, that's your Bulldog closed top. It was reduced to 150 instead of 563. That's excellent. Oh, a lot of them are. Oh, nice. That's very pleasant. I personally don't mess around with those vehicles, but that's nice. Adjusted the CAF 113 T-Lab turret inventory configuration. The coax GPMG now uses the same weapon slot as other similar vehicles. Oh, okay. So now when you scroll down, you will get that machine gun instead of your smokes. Updated the CAF Love transport variant to now have more clear visual distinction from the logistics variant. The transport variant now does not have rooftop cargo carry. Oh, okay. The transport variant. Oh, okay. So now it's easier to tell if it's a Logi or just a transport truck. Updated the reticles on the 1P76 and the ZF1 scope to be thinner and less obtrusive at range. Oh, wow. That's excellent. I'm really excited to see what the Russian one is, because I actually didn't think that one was that bad, but thinner and less obtrusive? Oh man, that's excellent. That's so much better. Updated the GBFV107 USMC Lab 25 and CAF Coyote to use new recon vehicle icon and the vehicle list menu and map screens. Okay, so I think it's already in the game, but essentially what it's saying is those vehicles, the FV107, the Scimitar, the Lab 25, and the CAF Coyote, it's essentially going to get little binoculars over its icon to kind of say like, hey, this isn't an infantry fighting vehicle. It's not an APC, it's a recon vehicle. And that's, with those vehicles, it's made very apparent. They have improved scopes, they might not have stabilizations, but there's, for example, like on the, the Australian variant, the commander turret actually has 3 levels of zoom. So that's very scouty, very awesome. Adjusted the USMC Atv Armored Car texture recoloring to better match the rest of the hull. Okay. Just the color of several CAF vehicles to better match each other. Very nice. MEA Surgeon G3 rifle that decreased visual roughness on the plastic buttstock and handguards. Got new buttstocks. Adjusted the Woodland GB FV440 4034 and CAF Leo 2 MBTs to remove distant fields on the turret camo netting for improved optimization and visual quality. Distant fields? I think that's distant distant targets, but I could be wrong. They might have just popped off the camo netting just for optimization. GB LCAN reticle with thickened numbers to improve readability. That's awesome. Now, where's the US ACOG rework, please? Adjusted all vehicles using the GPMG turret and the NSB cupola guns to use proper LODs from optimization of these assets. Awesome. Me. Hopefully something for you. Adjusted all the US Army characters artwork to feature the M17 MHS pistol, as all M9 pistols are assigned to USMC. Awesome. So the M17, it's a, what is it, 6-hour 9mm, and USMC historically for a long time has used the M9 pistols, an inferior pistol, but Army gets all the good stuff. Updated launch splash image to feature USMC. Okay, so just like when you start the game, it's going to have that little box and it shows Australia. Well, now it's going to show USMC. Awesome. Updated the CAF team select menu images with newer character models, CH6. Oh, okay, cool. Optimize the Australian knife texture usage. Okay, hopefully they get it. That's a tiny knife. I don't know if you saw on Reddit the comparison, but that knife is tiny, and what they have there, you could almost wear like a bracelet. Optimize Scorpo cube mat texture, cool. Optimize, bunch of optimization. Yeeho. None of this stuff means too much to me, but awesome. Updated the credits, of course. Audio fixes. All right, a little bit over halfway. Audio updates added new music track to the main menu. Nice. Added new M4 rifle firing sounds. Interesting. Added the AK-47 rifle close-up firing sounds. Also interesting. Updated CAF C7 rifle series sound effects for better rate of fire timing and decreased bass for mid-range firing. Awesome. CAF love engine sounds. Updated the M2 HMG close-up firing sounds. Yeah, no, this is awesome. This is actually like really cool to hear this weapon fire. It sounds like a 50 cal. It is Marine approved. I approve. I'm Marine. Did I mention I was a Marine? Updated 50 cal projectiles to use wood impact sounds. Nice. Adjusted bullet crack audio with minor tweaks. Adjusted 30mm pass-by sounds. Disabled muffled EQ for one-person chopper gunner firing, including sound reloads. Awesome. Fixed an issue with footstep landing sounds as they are too quiet and now should match the normal footstep sound, so no more sneaky drop-ins. Adjusted the turret rotation audio for emplacements and technicals. Okay, those that don't know what this is kind of a big deal. I think the squeak is going away. I can't confirm, but I think the squeak is no more. No more squeak, guys. General bug fixes. Pretty thick. See if I'm gonna read silently real quick and see if we have anything that's worth noting. Fix an issue with the M4 ACOG rifle having a misaligned front sight mount. That's nice for a lot of people that play that kit. Fix an issue with the 5350 truck wheel traces cause the truck to get launched in unexpected ways. The vehicle handling should feel significantly different now. Increased speed threshold for sub-stepping to have high precision at the shift point between first and second gear. Also fix an issue with the wheel setup that was affecting stability of the vehicle in sharp turns. Maybe I won't flip the vehicle anymore. I believe that's the Russian logistics and transport truck. Could be wrong there. Fixed a gameplay issue with light APCs, which were costing 10 tickets to step 5 if destroyed by friendly fire. Interesting. So this is actually a little interesting bit of information here. What this is kind of confirming is that there's supposed to be a ticket decrease for destroying friendly vehicles if, say, they're abandoned or left out, right? Well, now destroying friendly vehicles isn't going to cost us, or at least APCs, isn't going to cost us the full 10 tickets, which is kind of nice. It's better to recover them still. We don't want to waste those tickets, but that's nice. The shitty technical, the black M11151 Jeep gunner was not receiving direct frag or explosive damage. Nice. Fix an issue with helicopter tail rotors not showing rocket impact explosions correctly. That's awesome. Hopefully, that's excellent. Fix an issue with ammo bags and rally points where there's inconsistencies in the desert woodland patterns between these factions. These have been standardized to woodland for all factions for all biomes. MEA BRDM hubcaps are the wrong texture. Fixing the important stuff. That's what I like to see. Oh, this is actually a funny one here. The shitty technical, the black M11151 light Jeep gun truck for the insurgents. When it was destroyed, the vehicle wreck turned into a technical, not a destroyed Hummer. So fun fix there. Map updates and bug fixes. Okay, all right, getting into the juicy stuff now. Update the following maps to use the new ocean/lake water interaction: Basra, Goose Bay, Narva, Scorpo. I thought there was a fifth one. I thought they said 5. All right. Basra, as expected. Goose Bay, doesn't surprise. Narva, doesn't surprise. Scorpo, definitely not a surprise, as expected. Goose Bay Invasion V4 for USMC. Very cool, very cool. Fix the floating ammo crate. Okay. Manic 5 updated the upper water reservoir depth to be very shallow. Interesting. This is an interim workaround for a technical issue until the map can be fully updated for Amphibious gameplay. Okay, so there was 5 maps, and that 5th map was Manic 5. So that person I have a bet with, okay, you win. Okay, I admit it, you win. So Manic 5 is supposed to be the 5th map. Why would you use the upper crust on that map? Well, there is an invasion layer that takes pretty much uses that whole upper part of Manic 5, so this will be interesting. That'll be an interesting workaround, or interesting once it gets implemented anyways. Narva getting water, yeah, that's gonna be I don't know, man. I don't really think that's too useful. We'll see. I think we're getting to the end here. Updated Talil's map layers to include or altitude threshold to be decreased from 600 to 300 to avoid visual anomalies and excessive helicopter spotting with LOD exploits. So can't go as high in Talil anymore. That's a shame. A lot of people are going to cry about that. SDK updates and bug fixes. Incremental to the mod manager. Yeah, I don't really mess around with SDK. So if you guys really want to check it out, here it is. Pause the video here. And last but not least, clear cache to resolve all residual issues. And to that, we say no. Hashtag don't clear cache, gang. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I will be streaming all day. I'll probably be streaming for the next 7 days. I'm super excited about USMC. Hopefully you guys are too. If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer it without spoiling anything. Obviously, there's things I can and can't talk about, but I think now that these patch notes are out, I can talk about pretty much everything. So ask away, ask in my Discord, ask in my stream. I don't care. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching once again, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Let my glasses go, bro. Come on, man. You can drop the shades. Hey.